Iran's soccer team left this note in the locker room in Los Angeles yesterday after their World Cup game. They thanked the city for their hospitality and they called on peace to prevail among all nations. But nobody really picked up on something. Two somethings. Do you see those two hashtags, as Gen X used to call £? You see that? What does that mean? What, is that a 7? No, 168 and Minab. You know what those are? I bet you don't. Why would you? It's been completely kept from you. It's a reference to those dead schoolgirls. The U.S. strikes on the Iranian school in Minab that killed at least 168 people. See, just because Hegseth and Trump believe they can just ignore it and MAGA will do their blind obeisance, and that you'll get distracted by people like me that are moving the goalposts every 5 seconds to keep up with the frenetic social media cycle. It's not how it plays in Iran. When 168 of their school kids are killed, they remember. And shame on us. And I do mean us. Now, I know some of you, you're burning up my phone right now. I didn't vote for him. I told you. Hey, you're an American, right? As Americans, we get judged on the basis of what our government does, for better or worse. And this was the worst, in part because of how little we care. We're so easily distracted. We're so soulless. We lied, we defied, we denied. The Trump three-step, but done in the most egregious instance. This is the worst of all of it. January 6th, the pandemic, anything, the tariffs, Epstein, all of it. Dead kids, and you can't tell the truth. Dead kids, and you can't be straight. Dead kids, and you can't even own it and stay focused. And we didn't care. But they remember. And if you think that what's happening in Iran right now isn't going to come back on us, you're crazy. Look, it's one thing to bullshit about economic policies or immigration policies, okay? But when you let everyone in the world know that you are lying about killing schoolgirls, you become exactly what you say you oppose. This was the worst civilian casualty incident by our military in over 3 decades. Now, you may be saying to yourself right now, and you would be right to do this, what's going on with Cuomo? Why is he bringing it up right now when it happened there? Because there is law and there are rules, and we haven't had any conclusion to come out, and the IDF got quiet about it because they were covering for their ally, and the regime, who cares what they say, so you have to be careful. But we've been more than careful. I absolutely blame myself. Absolutely. How could I move on from dead school kids? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? The media is totally moving on. They're not even really covering the note this way. It's not trending anywhere. Aided by the U.S. government, who finds all kinds of real and fake fraud and reasons to prosecute political enemies and all kinds of stuff. Look at all this BS about Fauci that I'm going to take on tonight. They find plenty of that. But they couldn't get to the bottom of whether or not those were our missiles that hit that school, right? When everybody knows that they were. But I got to be careful. Why? What if I'm wrong? What if they say I'm wrong? And that then they want to sue and they want to come after me. They want to come after News Nation. You see what I'm saying? But that's making myself a little bit more of a victim than is fair. Let's be honest. This is on me. I moved on. Why? Because I'm part of the problem. That's why. That's why.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند